everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Victoria here from Tonic Studio Design Team and Content Creator Team here in the UK. Today I'd like to share with you Showcase, and it's called Timeless Tea Jar, and it comes to you in the plastic wallet, and I do forgive any glare there, so I shall remove it from the wallet. But you do get your plastic wallet and your die set comes to you on the magnetic sheet. Okay. Now there are instructions on how to complete this whole box, so you won't be left on your own there. And then this is the die set, and it contains 43 dies altogether, and it fills the whole A4 sheet there for you. Now there's two different designs. There's a square tea jar, and then there's more of like an urn kind of shape. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk through the dies. I'll show you a couple of jars for inspiration, and then we'll go ahead and we'll make one together. So this is the more square looking jar, and to create this one you'll need to cut two of the base dies. Now for anybody that has a Cuttlebug or a Big Shot, the A5 machines, these dies will fit your smaller machines. Okay, so you'll need two of these, and then obviously, as you can see here, you have an array of decorative panels to use, and it's take your pick. Here is the lid for the jar, and that covers the lid for the other jar as well. Okay, and again, lots of decorative panels there. This die here you'll need to cut out 4 times, and this creates the top of the jar for the lid to fit to. So you'll need to cut that 4 times. The other jar is this one here, and again the same as the other jar, you'll need to cut 2 of these out, and they fit side by side. Really easy box to put together. It'll take you a little time just to cut the panels, but you know, it's nothing that you're not used to. I fell in love with it. I think it's an absolutely beautiful jar. And if any of you remember your mums or your grandmas or your nanas, they used to have the little tea jars in the cupboard. And I mean, my grandma had a black and gold jar. This is where this one came from, and it had tea inside it. There is a good box inside there for you to put teas in. You could put tea sachets, and that'd be a lovely gift to somebody. You could put anything in there. Could even be coffees, different coffees. But that is the square box. You've got a beautiful like debossed pattern around the edge here, and then we've done a shadow layer with the cream and the black there, and then we've just added gold here and there, and then that is the lid. Okay, so that's that shape. I'll go ahead and I'll show you the other one. So this one we've gone very opulent with the cream and the gold, and we've used a gold mirror, the honey gold mirror. We've used the satin card there, which has left that beautiful debossed pattern around the edge, and then we've done a shadow layer with the gold mirror and the cream card. And the same as the other one, it's the same lid, you know, for both jars, so that's easy enough. And that, as you can see, that is a smashing jar inside there for put some goodies. So I really love this jar, actually. I'm really taken by it. And then we've got a decorative finish here as well. So shall we put one together? I think we should, shouldn't we? So let's put these to one side, and then we'll tidy up a little bit. There we go. So I've gone ahead and have cut some pieces, as always, but I will explain as we go. So you have 2 of the bases, as I said earlier, and you're going to crease and score all the score lines. Okay, so just bend all those score lines back so everything's creased. And then we're going to open it back out again, like so. And the same with this one. Open it all back out again. And then, as you'll see here, we have a glue tab. That glue tab will fit to here. So we'll just add that there, okay? So I'm just going to put some wet adhesive. I always put my 3D together with the deluxe wet adhesive. It has longevity in the heat that we have at the moment, as we have a little heat wave here. Tape will come unstuck. Wet glue stays glued. I know you have to hold it just that tad longer, but in the long run, you're best off with the wet adhesive. So I'm just going to go over this now with a bone folder just to give it a little bit of pressure there. And then I'm going to tuck that glue tab underneath, like so, okay? And then you've got a glue tab here, which will go to here. So again, I'm going to put wet adhesive on that glue tab. There we go. And then I'm going to glue that tab in there and just hold it with my fingers just for a few seconds. There we go. As I always say, it doesn't take too long for the adhesive to stick. Just a little bit longer with this heat, as we're not used to this heat in the UK. We're never happy though, are we? We're either too hot or too cold. We're never in the middle. So just make sure that is well and truly stuck before we go on to the next step. So now we're going to glue these tabs. Okay. So we're just going to work away around the box until we've glued all these tabs. Like I say, if you want to use red liner tape and wet glue, then that's absolutely fine. If you want to use red liner tape, then that's fine. But I would want you to really use wet adhesive and red liner, or wet adhesive. Okay, so we'll pull that one in. There we go. Absolutely loved this box. When it arrived, I was ecstatic, because you know me, you know, if you're familiar to my channel, you'll know I love 3D. Absolutely love it. I do love making cards as well, don't get me wrong, I really do. I'm an all-round paper crafter, but I really do. You know, when there's just something that you prefer than anything else, and I'd never not want to do 3D. So put this one in place, and you're just working your way. It's rinse and repeat. You're just working your way around the box, making the cube up. There we go. Tuck that one in there. Just put that in there. I know, boring watching me glue, isn't it? But I want to make it from start to finish so that you can see there. But the instructions are really clear, guys, so you know you're not going to get left high and dry. Right, one more, oh, two more. There we go. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of other girls on the content creator team that'll be making videos, so you'll have lots of inspiration there. And even though we all get the same die set, we never do the same things, so that's a good thing for you guys, because you're getting lots of inspiration with just the one set of dies there. you know, the panels would make lovely decorative panels for cards as well. So, you know, really think about your die sets and snip bits, cut bits. Right, so we've got that made as a cube there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to die cut this panel here for my base. And it has a beautiful debossed edge there. So I'm just going to cut myself a couple of those out. So bear with me and hope we don't rock the desk too much. There we go. There's one. And we'll just cut ourselves another one. There we go. Trying not to rock the camera as we go. There we go. So we've got two lovely debossed decorative panels now. So for this one, I'm going to turn those tabs up just a tad, and I'm going to put wet adhesive on the inside of the tab. Okay, and this is the way I make it. You will find your own way. There isn't a right way, there isn't a wrong way. You will find your own way. But this is just a guide for you to see where all the bits and bobs go. Okay. That's what I love about crafting. We all do things differently, but we all end up in the same place. Right, so as you can see, I've put glue now on the inside of the flaps. And I'm going to put this on my desk and I'm going to drop that inside. Okay, so I might end up getting my head in the way there. So apologies if my head does go in the way. There we go. And I'm just going to push that down in place with my bone folder. Okay. And that's the natural shape of the box. So by putting the base in that way, it's easier to find its shape than you holding it, pushing it and squeezing it. All right. So I'm just going to make sure that that is all stuck down there. And I've always got my trusty bone folder from Tonic. And I love this tool. I think when you always say that you can't live without your pokey tool, I can't live without this tool. So there you'll see it's all found its shape. So it's a lot easier than trying to hold it and squish it and trying to get it all in shape. So then the second one that we've cut there with the beautiful debossed pattern, we're going to place adhesive on all the sides there. And it looks like I'm putting a lot on, but I'm not. It's fine glue. Round we go. And then we're going to place this and line it up there. And then place that down there. And then you're left with a beautiful pattern inside the box and on the bottom. All right. So I'm just going to tip that up again. Apply some pressure to make sure the two pieces are stuck together. But making boxes, you'll be familiar with all this. And for those that are not familiar with boxes, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the 3D wagon. There we go. So there we have a lovely, neat finished bottom. All right. So then I've gone ahead and I have cut that same die that we've done for the bottom, and I've cut that again. And then I've cut the centre out there with this die here, all right, and that's given me a frame. Now I've cut 2 of those and stuck them together just because I've cut them out of Craft Perfect, and as you know, Craft Perfect's only 216 GSM, and I want this to be quite sturdy on the top of the box there, so I've glued 2 together. All right, so I'm going to place adhesive on these glue tabs like we did in the base. Now there's nothing stopping you lining the inside of your box if you want to. If you want that extra finish inside, you can do that. Just do it before you glue it together. Unfortunately, you will see the glue tabs on the inside, but it will give you another colour from inside. So now you're going to place this frame over the top there. And I'm going to bring this into me so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. And you're just going to tease it and hold it, get the shape, and then when you've found that shape, just keep pressing gently until your pieces are joined together. All right, and I'm just going to put my fingers underneath just to see if that's grabbed, and then just giving it a little longer because it is ever so warm in my craft room. It's the hottest day of the year so far, so you'll all be able to gather when I made this video. So I'm going to push that, and then you're left with that beautiful glue on the top there. All right, so now we're going to move over to these little pieces here. Right, remember me saying to you, you need 4 of these. Well, that is this die here. All right, so you're going to fold it in half with a mountain fold, and then the glue tabs fold upwards in a valley fold. All right, now you're going to put adhesive on the glue tabs facing you, facing upwards. And then these are going to be placed underneath, all lined up, and then you're going to hold those in until the glue has set. Now, as I've said before, you can use red liner tape if you prefer, or you can use red liner tape and adhesive. I am a wet glue person, that, you know, I tend to use red liner tape if I'm doing something maybe quick, or you know, for demonstration purposes, and I don't want you waiting forever in the day for things to dry. But these boxes are going to Tonic HQ, so I want them well and truly stuck when they get there. Okay, so then what we do is we repeat again as we've just done with the wet adhesive on the tabs. And then you've got a little glue tab there, put a little bit of adhesive on the end of that tab. And what we're going to do is we're going to slide that underneath like we did before, but then we're going to go in front of that glue tab there. All right, and then hold it with the glue tab, and then try and hold it with your finger to catch underneath. And I'm going to tilt it towards me, guys, so I do apologise just for a few minutes because I need to grab and hold that, and without getting my head in shot, and you can see all my grey hair then, we'll just hold that there. So I'm just going to hold it at the glue tab, and the glue tab's moved, so excuse me just for a minute. I don't want it all to go out of alignment there. This is the only trickiest little bit in the whole of the box, and it's not tricky, it's just because it's so warm in here, it's taking a while for the glue to grab. Ordinarily it'd be done now. So rinse and repeat, same again till we've worked our way around. adding that adhesive to the glue tab. There we go. And then in and under, and then in front of that tab. And a good way to line it up is make sure that that valley fold you've got in the mountain fold, I should say, you've got in the middle, lines up with the corner of each of the boxes. And you can put that in and hold it, and then do your glue tab afterwards if that's, you know, too many fingers doing too many things at once. There we go. We'll just hold that a bit longer. I could just jumped and skipped to this bit, but I think it's important that you see how all of it is put together. And then we've got one last one. So again, glue on the top of the tabs, and then you want glue on this tab here, and you want glue on this tab here, and then this is the last one to go in. So I'll make sure that it's lined up to that centre piece, and I'm going to hold it just underneath. So slide that at the back. There we go. Nearly there, guys, nearly there. And then hold that glue tab there. It's at times like this you wish you'd got tiny little hands. But you can get your fingers in there. It's just that I don't want to bring the box to me. You'd bring the box closer to you so you could see what you were doing. I'm holding the box further away from me because obviously I want you to be able to see. So I think that will do. So that is how that top piece fits in there. Okay, you'll spend a little bit more time on your finish than I have there, but that is the top piece. So now we'll go ahead and we'll put the lid together. So you cut two pieces out like this, and of course you're going to put glue on this centre piece here, and then you're going to place that one on top. Making sure that glue tab is underneath. That glue tab is underneath. I don't know why, but this shape reminds you know when you're working with things and you see shapes, this actually reminds me, do you remember when they did the Rubik's Cube and then they did a Rubik's snake? This reminds me of the Rubik's snake. Oh no, oh hi. Oh dear. Things we think of when we're crafting, the things we see in shapes. So of course we want to put glue on all the glue tabs like so. So we'll go away and we'll do all these, and then we'll do the edged ones at the end. So just hold that in place for a few seconds. You've just got 4 sections there to glue together. And some wet adhesive on there. Try and get this as neat as you can because, you know, you want it to nest on top of the box easily enough. You don't want it wonky. As I always say, you'll have more time, and not that I'm in a rush. I'm not in a rush, but I don't want the video going on and on and on. So, wet adhesive on there. So So we glued all those together. So just hold that. There we go. It's that warm, I'm sticking to my mat. Right, so then we've got some tabs here. So again, I'm going to put wet adhesive on those tabs. And we'll do 4 of those. So we'll hold that one down there, that one down there. I get excited when I see these die sets, but I get so excited then when I see what you're going to make and what you come up with these sets. It's always exciting when I see that the die sets have landed on your doorstep from Create and Craft or direct from Tonic, whichever way you prefer to buy. And to see what you come up with. But of course these dies, these showcase dies, are just available direct from Tonic. So look out for affiliated links. All the content creators, all the design team girls have the affiliated links there, so you can buy through their links at no extra cost to you. But the DT does make a small amount of commission on each sale. So it always comes in handy when you're making content and making videos. And we thank you very much for it as well. So we're nearly there. So that is your lid. Okay. So we're going to get some panels and we're going to decorate that lid. So I've got some tiny little blue ones there. Did I cut any squares? I didn't cut any squares, I don't think. Well, we might have to cut a few squares. Right, all right. Let's go ahead with this part, and then if we need anything else, we can cut a few pieces out. So as you'll see, you've got 4 little triangles there. Oh, we've missed some glue off that one. Hang on. You can't sneak away from me. There we go. Let's hold you a minute. Don't want that falling apart, do we? There we go. So I've cut a little triangle there, and I've done a little backer for it there in the Arctic Blue Craft Perfect. So I'm just going to stick that down with a bit of adhesive and then place that down there. So there we go. So we've got some here that we've already done. So I'm just going to place adhesive just to the reverse of that there. And I am going to get my tweezers because I'm probably going to get covered in glue, knowing me. So I'm going to place that onto that little triangular area there. And if you get any adhesive, either wipe it off, but it does dry clear. The deluxe adhesive dries clear. And then some more adhesive on there. There we go. Now you could have done, I could have done the lid a different colour. We could have done it in blue, but we've gone with the white. It kind of go in like for, do you remember willow pattern? Beautiful pottery. I've got some willow pattern downstairs that's come through my family, because all my family used to collect all the willow pattern, and it's so pretty. So I'm just going to hold those just for a second or two, just to make sure they have grabbed. And we've got a blue top there, so I'm just going to put that in place. And then I'm going to put this lid to one side because I haven't cut the squares. So we'll cut some we'll cut some panels. I thought I'd cut everything, but as usual, I always forget something. So I've gone ahead and I've cut some panels for the sides here. And all I've done is I've cut this die in white and then in that beautiful French blue, and I've done a shadow layer. Okay, I've then cut a plain blue in the cornflower, and this is just going to go in the centre underneath. So I'm just going to place some wet adhesive to the underside of this die cut here. So I'm just going to stick this just in the centre, not round the edge. So I'm just going to put a few little oddments of wet glue onto my die cut, just so it all grabs, and don't forget the centre. There we go. And then I'm going to place the cornflower blue onto the top there, and that just covers the centre of that die cut. Okay, there we go. So just make sure that is all stuck down there. So we've got 4 of those. Okay, so for this I am going to put adhesive on the back of my hand, just because I'm going to cover a larger area. If you're you can't put glue on your hand, or you don't like to put glue on your hand, then maybe a Polly Pocket and put the glue on there and pick the glue up from there. So this is going to be glued onto the side of the box here, and I'm just going to place that down. There we go. And I'll show you all of the boxes at the end, and then you can see the different elements we've used there. So just make sure that's all in place. Like I say, it's very warm in my craft room, so things are taking a while to glue tonight. So again, I'm going to pick up that wet adhesive all onto those little lacy bits, and then that's going to go on there. Gonna end up a sticky mess, I think. Let's wipe the glue off. Right, there we go. Just bear with me whilst I just hold it in places for a moment or two. I know it's boring watching me hold things whilst they're drying, but rather that than it all fall off at the end. There we go. Right, the next one. There we go. Making sure I've got plenty of glue on there because it's so warm. There we go. Put that one on there. Making sure it's centre on there. There we go. Get rid of all the glue off my hands. There we go. Starting to come along that now. And then the last one, again, I'm going to put glue on that panel. That might be quicker, and a little bit so I can put some on the edges. So just going to pick that up around the edges. There we go. And it's that way round. Oh, nearly put it on the wrong way up then. There we go. Right, definitely time to mop up all the glue. Right. There we go. So let's hold that one in place. There we go. So they're all on there. Yep, happy with that. Okay. So I've also cut these blue pieces out, and we've got some there that want adhesive, so just a little bit of adhesive there, and I'm going to pick my tweezers up. There we go, and it's going to go on the Arctic blue. So we've got the French blue on the Arctic blue, all Craft Perfect, and then we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back there, and that's going to go onto the slightly larger French blue. Okay, so these pieces are going to go on the corners. So we're going to put adhesive on the back of there, and then she says grabbing hold. These are going to go onto the corner there. I'll put one on and then I'll tilt it so that you can see. So that fits perfectly on the corner there. So we're going to do that for all of the corners. There we go. And there we go. And it just fits perfectly. There we go. And work our way around there. That's it. And again. Absolutely beautiful. I love the blue and the white and the two blues. So there you've got the corners there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the corners on the bottom. So exactly the same way as we've just done the top. So turn him upside down. Yes, I want it that way. There we go. And again, they fit perfectly on the corner there. Turn it round, do the next one. Just make sure if you've got a pattern in your die, they all face the same way. So put that one on there. Turn him around. One on there. Oh, go back. There you go. You're not escaping me. And then the last one there. I put that across the bottom. There we go. And how simple was that box? So simple. And then we put the lid on there. I'm going to go and cut some 4 panels so we can finish it off properly. So let's pick which panel we want to use. So I think we shall use, what about this love? I think we'll have that one, and we'll do that 4 times. if I can get it off the sheet, she says. There's one. There's two. Okay. So I'm going to use the French blue. And I'm going to cut 4 of those out. So bear with. There's one. There's 2. 2 more. There we go. But you see what I mean when I say to you, you can have the lid a different colour if you wanted to. You'd have had the lid royal blue or Arctic blue. You can really play. You're just limited by your imagination, really, because there's so many things that you can do. Like I say, a lot of these panels will be fantastic in your card making. There we go. So there's number 4. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I normally have all my bits cut ready. I don't like to cut on my videos because of any wobbling with the camera. So I'm just going to put some wet adhesive on there, and he's going to go straight onto the lid there. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take the lid off just whilst I put these panels on. And I'm going to put another one but if you've got beautiful flowers, you could put decorative flowers on these boxes. That would be ever so pretty. But I know you crafters, you're savvy and you'll find other uses for these jars. Not, you know, I know they're called tea jars, but be able to put other things in there. So we're just going to slide that one in there. There we go. Take that one down. And the last panel, again, just put some wet adhesive all the way around your edges. And then place that down there. There we go. And if you wanted to, you could paper piece those little pieces in. If you wanted another colour to shine through. And then there's your lid. And there is your beautiful tea jar. And I've fallen in love with it. Absolutely. Now, if you wanted to, obviously in different colours, you could paper piece these flowers here. And that would make the panel pop even more. But I was going for that kind of willow pattern-ish colour. So I'm going to bring the other two back in. So these are the square boxes, and as you can see here, the difference, we've got a full decorative panel on this one, and then we went for that debossed on this one here, and then we've added the shadow layer there, and the different decorative corner pieces there, and the different panels on the lids. I did these to send into Tonic, but I'll probably send in the blue one as well. And that's your other shape. So I think this is a beautiful showcase. I think the showcase, it's an amazing value for money, because you are getting a full A4 set of dies there. You're getting the instructions and the help. So you get all the instructions there that you need. There's a little bit of inspiration there for you on the packaging that shows you several jars that have been made, and whether you're cutting into the panels or you're putting the panels on top, whether you're using decorative papers, it's up to you. And then obviously it comes in your plastic wallet to go into your Tonic storage folders. So this is the beautiful, and it really is beautiful, Showcase Timeless Tea Jars. And I'll bring those back into focus there for you. If you would like to purchase these through my affiliated links, that would be brilliant. I do make a small commission, but it doesn't add anything extra to you whatsoever. These will be direct from Tonic, and they won't be on Create and Craft or anything like this. These are exclusive to Tonic, and I hope you like it as much as I do, and then I can't wait to see what you come up with, the different colours and styles. All the links and everything will be in the description, and I'd just like to say thanks ever so much for coming to my channel and watching. And I know many of you leave me a lovely little comment, and it's nice to know that you're there, and I'm not just talking to myself. So I'd just like to say thanks ever so much, and I hope to see you all again soon with something new from Tonic, and please take care of yourselves. Bye for now.